Is identity theft just an attack on your credit, or is it or is it more than just that? You know, is it just an attack on your credit, or um is it an attack on uh, your financial identity? You see, I believe it's both. I believe it's both. This is not legal advice. This is not financial advice. If you like legal advice, financial advice, I suggest you find yourself a competent professional and please be advised. What I'm about to say here is strictly the thoughts and opinions of me, the host, and not the thoughts and opinions of any platform that hosts Blind Intelligence. Yeah, welcome to Blind Intelligence, where the rules, rights, and the responsibilities put you back in control. You know who it is. Once again, you know who it is. I don't need no introductions. We just gonna keep it a buck here, always. But I wanna touch on this identity theft thing because that's some things that's running rampant in a lot of our communities, especially the black community. I'm not slighting other communities, but I'm speaking about our community, the black community, because a lot of us, we don't have the ability to fix our credit because maybe a parent, maybe a stranger, maybe somebody we don't know got a hold to our information and used it to their advantage. And that's identity theft automatically. Children and older individuals are targeted constantly. You know, and so I want to go into a lot about this identity theft thing because I want to, but first I want to just give a small little I just want to give my small little opinion on this thing right now because I'm gonna probably doing this thing for 5 days. I'm gonna start coming on from Mondays, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and so today is Wednesday, and I will be starting today and Friday, and I'm gonna go into Monday and back to Wednesday, and we're gonna kind of do that, and I want to talk about this identity theft thing. I'm gonna go into it each day. I'm gonna go into something different, but I'm gonna go into something deeper. We're gonna get into the laws. We're gonna get into all this other different type of stuff. So bear in mind, today, just the first day of this, of this, about 4 part episode. I don't know. I might go into next Friday. I don't know. I might go into next Friday, but for right now, it's gonna be for 4 days. Today, Friday, Monday, and next Wednesday. But I may just go. Depends on how deep I get. I may just go into next Friday, and you know. But all in all, subscribe to it and like the video and share it out. Because like I said, I'll be doing more videos on this, and I really want to give you all of the information that I could possibly give you. I heard someone say before, if you can't give it out for free, you don't know nothing. And that's a fact. If you can't give out your information for free, if you can't give out your best for free, you don't know enough. So, but But anyway, I want to go into this identity theft things, tongue twister for me, identity theft thing. You know, it's you know, it's an ongoing thing, and a lot of people don't know that they have identity theft. They say, well, what do we do if we discover that we do have it? Well, the first thing that you do, well, let's talk about what you don't do. What you don't do is you don't get frantic. You don't panic. Because when you panic, your anxiety goes up and then you start talking to the wrong people. You start talking to the wrong people. You know, and and you know, you want to, okay, so the next thing, now what you can, when now what you, this is what you must do. You must freeze your reports, all three of them. Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Freeze them all, right? Because you freeze them, that'll stop the bleeding. That'll stop folks reporting. Freeze them. Then you pull both. Then you pull all three of your consumer reports, so you can see what's on them. You know, and then once you see what's on them, then you want to file you. But now, let me say this before I go into anything else. Don't mistake identity theft with personal information. You got your personal information mistakes. You want to make sure, the reason why you pull your consumer report, because you want to make sure that your personal information is 100% accurate and complete. If you got different variations of your name, address, telephone number, place of work, so last four of your social, that's problematic. And it may appear that you have identity theft. You get all that cleaned up. Get all that cleaned up. Verify the information first. Verify this information. Verify that you have identity theft. Clean up that personal information. Now, on the other hand, if you do pull your consumer reports and your personal information is clear, you have one name, one address, one place of employment, your social security number is accurate, your address is accurate, everything is accurate and complete. Okay, that's on all three of them, you're done. Now you can go into the affidavit process of the federal affidavit process of the police reports, and getting that thing, getting your credit freeze and all that kind of stuff. That would be those would be the steps, the exact steps that I would take in order to start the process of this. Now I gave you two scenarios. What you have to do if you don't have, if your personal information is not accurate and complete, and I gave you information on what to do if your personal information is accurate and complete. See, we're gonna get into this because, see, people hire these companies, and a lot of these companies be playing with you. A lot of these companies be playing with you. Yo, I'm telling you, look, let me tell you something. I ain't got no ill will against nobody, but I'm gonna tell you something. Yo, sometimes you be getting these foreigners out here, and they come in here and they think that they know every damn thing, and they want to tell you about your credit report and this, that, whatever. And it's gonna take a lot of time. This, that, this, that, and look, I'm telling you, I done seen it. These are gonna set up businesses just to extort money with time. I'm telling you, Just to keep themselves out the clear of being it's sort of like a it's sort of like a how can I call what's the word I'm looking for? You know, it's sort of like it's sort of like they kind of slowing pigeonholing you. You know, they slowing the process of pigeonholing. What I mean by that is that they not really playing you, but they playing you. They telling you it's gonna take this amount of time when it really don't. If it takes 30 days for this or a phone call to get it, you know, like for example, I'm gonna give you an example. It's just like if you had now you could call the Equifax and TransUnion. I can't speak about Experian because Experian gave me some pushback when I tried to call, so I had to send them a letter. Okay, but I'm speaking about TransUnion and Experian. You can literally call them, right, and talk and have them take off your that personal information off of your consumer reports. Yeah, you can. I did it. But you go to one of these fly-by-night jokers, right? Foreigners, and they tell you, oh, it's going to take you some time. And then they want you to pay them X amount of dollars. Let me tell you something. I don't give a ding dong if it's fixing your credit report or fixing your identity or an identity theft. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm not doing jack. I'm not charging you jack until I get a result. Now that's my ethical. Now, is it unethical to charge somebody to fix their identity? No, it's not. It's not. But for me, I'm following the rules as if I'm looking at this thing like as if I'm fixing a consumer report. Now the law says that you cannot charge money until you get a result. And I'm treating it all the same. I don't want no trouble with the law. I don't want no trouble with the law. I don't want the son coming back and saying I broke the law for this, and this. No, not at all. So what I'm doing is I would encourage most of you to do it yourself. Get the tools and understand how to do this. And this is why I'm telling you. This is why I'm giving you this information. You pull your consumer reports. Look at them, analyze them. If they're right and exact, freeze the reports. If they're not right and exact, get them straight, then freeze them. Then you go into getting sworn affidavits, police reports, federal affidavits, things of that nature. Because you want to turn, this into, instead of being, an angry disputing type situation, into a statutory disputing situation in your state. Because you want to be protected. You can't be protected being angry. You want to be protected. So documentation is the key here. That's what protects you. And get this thing done early. Now, I get that sometimes, you might be working, you might get a wage garnishment. And you don't know it because the address that the theft happened is not your address. This is why we say, pull your consumer reports and look at those addresses. Right? Before you look at those addresses. Pull your consumer reports. Pull your consumer reports. And look at those addresses. If you got an identity theft, and I would write to them and I would show them. I would highlight those addresses, and I let them know, no, these are not mine. You know, you have to fix that because this is my information. And when you send, like when you send that letter off, you want to send a certified mail, get a return receipt. And here's the deal: what you want to do is you want to attach all the appropriate information that they need in order to verify that your address is real, your name and everything is accurate and complete. I can give them 2 copies of the bill, and I give them a copy of my identification. Period. Point blank. And I would go on the limb with just as far as my identification. I would go on the limb with taking my identification and have it notarized and send them the original copy. You know what I'm saying? I would send them that original copy. I would just send it to them to say, hey, this is my identification. So, and that way you know, boom, what they're gonna say. They're gonna delete it. They're gonna delete the information, and then because you're gonna have all that attached with the affidavits. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, then they got to get it off your reports. They got to take it off your reports. So, doing this thing yourself, I'm telling you. That way you know how much time this shit gonna take. You know. You ain't got to worry about, you know what I'm saying? You have to worry about somebody cheating you. Because believe me, you got them suckers out there. And you got to be real careful what they're telling you. I done counted this mess. Oh, it's going to take all this time and we got to be blah, blah, blah. Man, give me a break. It don't take that much time. If it got to take that much time, look, now I get disputing, like, if everything is straight, like if you're just going, if you're going to just do a regular dispute, yeah, I get, because you want to give them 30 days, and a lot of times if your credit is jacked up, it may take 2 years for it to get fixed, and I know that, but I'm not speaking about that. I'm just merely speaking about you knowing how much time it's going to take. Contrast to what they tell you. They're gonna tell you something. They're gonna tell you something to keep making money, and then they're gonna tack on certain fees. Oh yeah. I just want to throw that in there. I want to throw y'all an alley. I want to throw you an alley oop on this. I gotta throw you an alley oop on this because you need to know this information. Because see, when you get an identity theft, you're gonna be in a panic. And the first thing you do is don't panic. And don't argue. You don't argue. Arguing. What's the difference between argument and documentation? Argument creates problems. Documentation creates results. That's the difference. And don't you forget it. So you stay calm, stay collected, gather your thoughts. If you don't have the information, find it. Find that information. Read. You know what I'm saying? Compare and contrast what people are saying. If you got majority of people are saying the same thing, then it's possibly that it could be correct. If they're saying the same thing, they don't know each other, they're probably saying the same thing, it's probably correct. So be careful on who you get to help you resolve your identity theft issues. All right, so but I'm not going to go all the way into this because I don't want to, I don't want to spoil everything. But that's the source there, though. That's the source there. Document, document, document. I'm sending letters out, and you send affidavits and everything out to everybody. Let them know. That's what I mean by everybody. I mean the CFPB, the FTC, consumer agencies, right? You might, and if you get a garnishment, you need to be sending it out to the. You need if you now let me give you some more source real quick. Hot diggity dog. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I got to do it because it's burning a hole in my pocket like money. Yo, if you get it out, look, let me tell you, if you get a wage garnishment, the first thing you don't do is you don't panic. Same thing, because the wage garnishment is not yours, especially when the consumer report, especially you didn't take out the credit card, you didn't take out the personal loan. So, but when you get a wage garnishment, first thing you do, you don't panic. Second thing you do is you address that wage garnishment when you get it. You address that wage. I don't care how much it is. I don't care if you can afford it. What you just did, if you think that, what you just did was you just took some money out your children's mouth. That's some extra money that you could put in your savings for your retirement. Okay. I'm not going. Okay, so much for that. You address that wage garnishment. How you do it is you find out what court issued this order, and you go and you file a little letter rogatory to the judge, and say you want them to vacate this judgment. You ain't got to do no fancy jargon. Go to ChatGPT. Put it in the style and tone of an author. Don't let AI do it. Put it in somebody's style and tone. Boom. Get the letter written up and send it to them, certified mail, get a return receipt, and notarize it. And send them a copy of your identification, notarized. Send a copy of it. That way they know that, and you know that they got it. Now, they're going to send you a letter, set you up another court date. I'm telling you, I did this for a client. And she won her case. I'm telling you, don't let no wage garnishment get away from you. Because it's time sensitive. This is why I'm telling you. That dog, I'm giving you some more sauce. Boy, let me add some more seasoning to this sauce. I'm just adding more seasoning to it. You already got the sauce. I'm just adding a little seasoning to it. That's all. But yeah, and I'm telling you, address it at the door. All right. Well, that's it for me. I wanted to kind of come on here and kind of drop that jewel. You know what I'm saying? Once again, share this information out and subscribe. Show a brother some love. Like the video, and we're gonna see y'all next time. Until then, stay encouraged.